Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome to another episode of your favorite podcast, Just Life and Podcast. Ba, ba, ba,
Hey
ba.
everyone.
All right, let's do a quick vibe check. What's been going on with you this week, Si?
This week has been quiet. I feel like same old, just like a lot of appointments, things like with the school and things like that, because they like closed for like the quarter, like after the winter holiday and all those things. And it's cold here in the DMV area, but it was warmer today. So allegedly, we're supposed to have like a lot of snow this weekend. And I am praying to God that that is not the case because that just sounds very depressing. I'm not a snow person. You know how everybody is when they're gearing up for the weather. Everything is groceries, get the gas, and all the things and all those stuff. So I'm like, yay, snow. I just want summer to come. I
Yeah,
just, I'm over it.
yeah.
I just want summer to come, y'all. Man, it's something else. How's things on your end?
Let's see. On my end, I am just chugging along at work
Yeah.
and preparing to go back to Virginia for like another week and a half or so. I was actually supposed to leave on Sunday, but
Hmm.
because of bad weather that's coming up here in Atlanta as well as in Virginia, Delta was letting people like change their flights for free. So I ended
Hmm.
up having to move my flight up 2 days. So I'm about to do a rush pack
Hmm.
and prepare to get my hind parts out of here next tomorrow. And that's about it. I ain't been too much in the last week.
Yeah, I'm just hoping that nothing happens. Because, like, when I say they're saying a lot, like over here, they were like 18 to 20 inches. Like, is that even healthy
Mm-mm.
for anybody?
Mm-mm.
Like, no, God, you know your child. Please, please. Because 20 inches, like, I was even telling my mom that, who's in Nigeria, and she's just like, the Lord is your shepherd. I was like, thank you. And she's in nice weather. Okay, everyone, it's time for the rundown. So we're going to start it off top. Nicki Minaj was actually had to pay $500,000. Now, this was to avoid forced sale of her $20 million home that is in Los Angeles. This lawsuit is because her husband was found guilty in assaulting one of her bodyguards back in 2019. Now, like I said, 2019, her and her husband kind of like was like dragging feet. They didn't think that it was going to be anything. And apparently the judgment went in favor of the gentleman that was assaulted by her husband. So in the last hour, she went ahead and wrote that check, though, in order to avoid forced sale of her home.
Oh, that sucks. Her
Yeah,
hus- her husband is making her have to pay $500,000 over something that he just seems like a liability to me.
yeah, indeed. Moving on to another husband, Offset has allegedly now also paid his debt of 1.5 million. This was his tax debt. So this is a good thing as far as like moving forward with the divorce for him and Cardi, because that was one of the reasons that he said that he didn't want to get a divorce, because he was like, you need to pay it. And she was like, no, you need to pay it because it's actually your debt. Apparently, maybe he's trying to let it go or move forward with a divorce. So he did go ahead and pay his debt though. So that was good news for Cardi, I'm sure.
She doesn't lose in her lawsuits anyway, though.
This is
So
you right about that. She is, yeah, she went all her cases for real. Oh my goodness. So another one, couples alerts. I'll be sure. And Lunel, you know the comedian, they're officially a couple. Why you do your face like that? You don't like the couple, you don't like Lunel.
I don't like the couple. I don't understand how that.
Apparently,
I don't
apparently
understand how that works.
they've been really good friends, apparently. And when he was sick and he had his coma, they said that she was there for him through the whole thing. So that's where the coupling came. He said she a ride or die, that she's been there through the hard times. This is real love for him. Not you doing. Okay.
Yeah, who is this? I don't believe. Okay, because when I first saw it, I was like, okay, y'all trolling because this can't be real. Y'all are trolling, right? Like this is
Really?
not a real situation. Like they look so off together. It's not true love. Is he rebounded from a coma?
Now he
No.
rebounded from sickness. So you think the sickness, okay. Mm, okay. No comentario para mí. So, hey, to each their own, you know, but they said it's real, girl. They said they've been friends for years. I don't know too much about either one of them. I know Lunel, obviously, I think she's funny. I've seen her on some things, but yeah, I don't know. Another couple alert. I mean, but I think we all saw this, Roxy Diaz and Anthony Anderson. I feel like they made it more official now. Like we've already seen them out, everything, but it's like they never verbally said anything. Mm-hmm.
Who's we? I haven't seen shit. What this is new to, like, what are you talking about?
Girl, no, they've been outside. Yes, they've been at award shows. They've been going to everything together. And, you know, the reporters are like, hey, are you guys a couple? No answer. You know how they just like kindly avoid the questions. But he was recently asked, meaning Anthony, and he was like, you know what? No, I'm not single anymore. I'm no longer a bachelor. I'm in a relationship. So safe to say.
First of all, when did he break up with his, like, to me, he was still married. I don't know nothing about nothing. So apparently he got a divorce.
He did.
Single. He's been out in the streets. Now he's with Roxy. I don't know anything about anything.
And them too, they said they've been friends for 20 plus years. So it wasn't something that was like, oh, out of nowhere. Like they've always known each other. It just evolved into something romantic.
Again, rebounding.
You think so? Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
We shall see.
These relationships are bullshit. Like, what is going on in the world right now?
They're so fresh. But we'll see. I said in 6 months, if they're still holding on, there might be some substance there. We shall see. We shall see. Yeah. But getting into a little bit of messy news. So the girls out in ATL, baby, they was on something. Jada Cheese was obviously the center of it. She did a live. So basically on her lives, there was a comment that was alluded to the fact, basically, was Ari messing with your baby father, little baby. And she was just basically like, yeah, she was. Like, it's not a rumor, it's true. Boom. She said she's not putting any more commentary. That was it. But of course, you know, in our society, you can't just say that and then act like you go sit down peacefully. No. So obviously, like the internet was buzzing. A lot of people had commentary. And a lot of responses also came from that, even from people who wasn't, in our opinion, I guess, part of it. So we thought. So basically, like another young lady by the name of Emily Huff. Emily Huff and Jada used to be really good friends. And Emily Huff was basically like, no, Jada, yes, you are trifling. You like to go behind your friend's back and get their men. You've done it to me. You've done it to so-and-so. Another young lady by the name of Supper Peach. I'm not familiar with her. I guess she's like a rapper.
Yeah.
Okay. She had a lot of strong words to say too, and she alluded to the same thing as well. So I was just kind of like, I mean, I don't know because I don't know the backstory. I'm not that invested, but you know, this is just what's going on. We shall see. But it was obviously about Ari. The only thing Ari responded, she just gave like a song. So I guess that was her response. You know, sometimes.
What was the song though?
Oh gosh, I'm gonna have to look it up. I feel like the gist of the song was just kind of like, and essentially, yeah, that's what I got from it. Yeah, that was just kind of like,
I bleeped your man and so what type?
Yeah. Maybe she alluded to that. I'm not gonna say for certain. I'm not gonna say that. But yeah, it was one. I'm gonna have to find out what song it was because I can't remember what it was. Her baby father, Lil Baby, also he came to her defense with a song too. His trendsetter song. So he did say that. And then her sister, Jada's sister, Jasmine, also was just kind of like, don't come for my sister. Like, she's not one of them, you know, and things like that. So we shall see. We shall see. I don't know.
People had the roles reversed with those two. I feel like at one point it was like, oh, Ari is the mean girl. She's like clapping back with people on socials all the time until she got her account banned and she lost that Savage X Fenty deal because she was like doing too much on socials. And then she started to chill out. But I think, oh, Ari is the mean girl. But then it kind of seemed like in reality, Ari is a real cool. She don't do too much, but it's Jada who's over there stern. You know, like she don't do too much, like but when she does, it's like, wait a minute, you can orchestrate something ain't right.
It's funny that you say that because, like I said, obviously we don't know these people. I don't know these people in person. But people, exactly what you just said, that's what they allude to. They're like, no, Jada is the one that like to throw and then hide her hands. Like Ari is more vocal with her shit. You know, she go pop back. She gonna say what it is. Boom. But, you know, Jada is the more proper one. Doesn't really do like the back and forth. If you know what I mean? and things like that. But people are like, no, like when it's all said and done, kind of like what you said, like she is truly the mean girl. Don't let
Yeah.
it fool you, like all that quiet and they're like, I don't know. It just makes me think about the falling out also that she had with Reginae. And Reginae also alluded to that too.
I
That
didn't know they had a falling out.
yes. She also
Mm.
alluded to the same thing that you just said, that she is like a mean girl. She tries to
Mm.
put on this facade like it's one way, but that's not truly her character. Obviously, all this is alleged. We don't know. But yeah, so
I mean,
very
there's always three sides to a story. One person's
mm-hmm,
side, the other
mm-hmm,
person's side, and the truth. So,
very much so. Also, Fetty Wap was released from prison. Obviously he was in prison for gosh, what was it, like 8 or 7 years? So he was in there
mm,
for a while, but he did get out. People were happy to welcome him home back to Jersey. We saw him hanging out with his daughter. So hopefully he keeps walking the straight and narrow and doesn't return anywhere. But someone who's looking to possibly go to prison, Gervonta Davis. Now I was getting mixed reports because last I read is that they're still looking for him, that he had not turned himself in. And
oh,
this is all stemmed from domestic violence charges, just to let you know. Allegedly, he abused his girlfriend, and, they're looking for him. I mean, he's already been stripped from his championships in relation to his boxing as well
mm.
due to the DV charges, because this is not the first time that he's been accused. But yeah, so now they're looking for him to put him away. So I don't
I
know.
thought they had already, like, he had already turned himself in. I saw something on social, and
Hmm.
it looked like he was turning himself in, but I don't know. Maybe that was inaccurate. But
Yeah.
he has really a problem keeping his hands to himself. You are a trained boxer, first of all. Like, you really shouldn't be putting your hands on anybody like that, especially a woman. And but then on the other end, it's like, and supposedly Ari was one of those women that he was boxing up as we speak about her. But my whole thing is with these women, totally not blaming the
Mhm.
victim. But
Of
I'm just
course.
saying, you know that this man has a history of
Mhm.
boxing up his previous women. I don't
Mhm.
follow this man. I don't really know anything about him, but I even know that he
Mhm.
has a history of boxing up his previous women. How do you feel secure going into a relationship with this man? And then what happens? You get boxed up just like the other women.
Mhm. And
Girl, y'all
you
gotta be smarter.
agreed. I feel like my theory, like more so, like you said, not to victim shame, that's never the point here, but then also we have to take accountability. You
Mhm.
go into these relationships knowing a lot of things. I don't know if it's because you think, oh, it's not going to be me or you're different, whatever, whatever. But then you also have to look at what your motivating factor as well. And I do think for a lot of these young ladies, it is money. You see a young man, he has money, he's willing to spend. So you're willing to endure or just see what it is on the strength of what you can get out of it.
But you willing to
Monetary
catch a
stuff,
beat down? You willing to
which
catch
is,
a beat down over coin? You're not going to beat my ass.
mm-mm,
Like, I'm not going into the relationship knowing that you're going to beat my ass. So there's a high probability that you're going to beat my ass
right.
with some money. You can
Yeah.
cheat. I mean, I don't want you to cheat. You know what I'm saying? But it's a lesser offense for you to cheat. For you to do other type of grimy things. But you beating me up.
Yeah.
Oh no.
It's not a lesser offense for me because if you cheat and you ain't wrapping it up and you bring me a disease that I can never get rid of, now I'm gonna die. So either I'm gonna die by a disease or I'm gonna die by your hands.
Mm.
No. Like, I just think both situations are awful, but I also feel like there are some young ladies where money is the motivation. And it's like, whatever, I'm gonna do what it needs to do. I'm gonna deal with whatever on the strength of what you can get. Oh my God, I got a new Birkin. Because most of y'all are not doing anything tangible with it. Start a business. At
Yeah.
least, like, you could say you got something out of it. I don't know. It's very much crazy, but we see it too much, though. I will say that we see it too much. So very
Yeah.
unfortunate. So we should see what happens. But yeah, but that wraps up our rundown for this week. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video portion. Let us know. Let us know. But yes, and watch it on YouTube. Thank you.
Yeah. All right, y'all, let's get into it. Today, we are talking about polyamorous relationships. I think we have all been smacked in the face repeatedly with this, with Neo and his, I don't know how many girlfriends he even got. Is it four? Is it five? I can't even
No,
count at
I
this
think it's
point.
three.
Is it only three? I feel like he just keeps adding to the harem. Are you sure?
I think it's only only 3. Lord, why would we
Oh,
too much?
okay. I feel like with his situation, everybody had heard of polyamorous relationships, right? But I feel like with his situation, people were so intrigued by it because all you heard about every time you heard about him was him and his girlfriends. It's on Hollywood Unlocked. It's on Shade Room. Oh, Neo and his 45 girlfriends are out at a restaurant. We're spotted out in Miami. Like we've never heard of this before. I don't
Mhm.
understand. It
Yeah.
got really super annoying, but it seems to actually work for them. It sparked some need for conversation, I feel, about this whole polyamorous situation.
Yeah, I agree with you. I don't know if the infatuation is more so because it's like they are so open about it and they are so
Mhm.
comfortable with it. And it also seems like all of the young ladies are also on board with, excuse me, this dating situation that they have
Mhm.
together. I don't know if
Mhm.
that's what it is because usually, like, right, if we have a celebrity and they're dating 4 women, it's usually a situation where it's like, oh my God, they didn't know about each other.
Yeah.
Or, it's like an infidelity type of situation. But for multiple parties to be in such agreement with it and be so public with it, it's like, oh
Mhm.
wow. Because like you said, it does exist. I mean, they have shows about this like on TLC and stuff like that they show these type of relationships, right? But
Desperado and all that.
yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
But it's like, it's one of our R&B artists and it's like, oh wow, okay. For me, it wouldn't work for me though. I'm not built like that. To each their own, but I will say if everybody involved is aware and okay with it, for me, do you. No judgment
Mhm.
for me.
Mhm.
Like that's the only thing I can say. Yeah.
I always say, like, if I'm in a polyamorous relationship, it's because I'm with a very wealthy man. Like, I'm wife
Mm.
number 8 or
Mhm.
something,
Mhm.
and he's very wealthy. You can't be a regular degular and think that you're gonna have me and 2 other girls. You a regular degular man. You don't
Mhm.
have that privilege. I'm sorry.
Mhm. Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Because just like what we were talking about in the rundown, it's like I feel like these women go into these type of situations
Mhm.
for a benefit. It
Yes.
benefits them in some way. Like with Neo's girlfriends, he's allowed to have multiple girlfriends, but they're not allowed to have multiple boyfriends. He has to be their only one.
Yeah.
Who really is agreeing to that unless you're getting some sort of benefit? Now, he says he doesn't pay their rent, he doesn't pay their bills, he doesn't do anything for them financially. But I feel like even just by association with him, there's probably something that comes out of that.
Mhm.
So that is the only way that I
Yeah.
can see this. And I'm not talking about even like, oh, Neo money. I'm talking
Yeah.
about you overseas somewhere driving a gold Rolls Royce Cullinan or something.
Mhm.
You got
Mhm.
10 of them
Mhm. Mhm.
type
Mhm.
money. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm. They don't all live together?
No, they don't all live together. And he says that he does not fund their lifestyles.
Interesting. So they're all like just regular working women.
They get their money how they get their money. Now I don't know. They working. They I don't know what they're doing. But according to him, because people are like, oh, okay, well, this is because it's a benefit. Like you get to pay to play. And this was in an interview. I don't remember when with who, but it was sometime in the last recent months. And he was like, no, I don't fund their lifestyles.
I'm like sitting here in awe. I'm not even gonna lie. Because I get what you're saying about the association, but
Mhm.
that association better be coming with some like brand deals or something.
Something.
Because in my head, why else would you be enduring that if there was no monetary gain? I'm not
Right.
even gonna hold you because I think, like you said, what we've been discussing, whether it's accept infidelity a little bit, if you accept physical abuse a little bit, most times is money is
Yeah.
involved. Like they are securing your situation. Even if he's not a millionaire, there are some women who don't work. Maybe they're just stay at home with the kids and so just on the strength of that, like he's the provider and I don't work. So I'm going to stay and deal with XYZ because of those
Mhm.
things. You know what I mean? Like, but he don't pay anything. Oh, wow.
That's what he's saying. Now, is it cap or not? I don't know, but he said no. And
Very interesting.
I was also surprised because again, the question is, well, then why? Why are you agreeing to share your dude? there has to be some benefit to it. Like you said, I don't know, brand deals or something like that. Because first of all,
Mhm.
Neo is not attractive. It's not like he is a very attractive man. So it's not like, oh my gosh, he's just so fine.
Mhm. Mhm.
You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? It's not that.
Mhm.
Maybe if he's not funding their lifestyles, it's just from the fact of the things that you experience with him. So he may not
Okay.
be paying your bills, but you all are going to the Amalfi Coast and you're traveling here and you're traveling there, and
Mhm. Mhm.
holidays and Valentine's and birthdays are more extravagant and stuff like that. Maybe, you know?
That one I could see, especially depending on their backgrounds. If they've never experienced anything in their life, it's always going to be a wow factor. They better than me because I'm sorry, they ain't no way. Like it would have to come with something.
Yeah.
You can't tell me that he laying down the pipe that much that it's like, okay, let me stay while you sharing it with two other young ladies or whatever the
Right.
situation may be. I don't know. The only other benefit I could see is that like if you're married or if you've been in a long-term relationship, obviously you go through your times where you're just like, oh my God, he get on my nerves.
Mhm.
So the only thing I can think of is that like if he's getting on my nerves, at least somebody else is there to be in his face so he can get out of mine for
Um,
a small period of time. But even that, bro, like really? Like what? No. Mm-mm. That's crazy work. I look at it from like some of the like, Muslim men when they marry like the four wives. But going back to like what we've said, I feel like in most cases, those are men that can provide. Like
mhm.
you're
Yeah.
not working, like I'm going to pay your shelter, like you know what I mean? At the bare minimal, they're going to cover all of your basic needs in life. Like that's actually like required if you
Mhm.
are to attain like four Ys. So that's why when Neo says that, I'm like, ooh, okay, you doing it
Yeah.
different.
Yeah, yeah. I think he probably is like feeling like, why should I do these things for you? Because I
Mhm.
can always find somebody else who's willing to be in this arrangement with me and not ask me for anything. He has the upper hand in that way, and that he's going to have access regardless. So he's like, no, I ain't paying you nothing. Either you take it or you leave
No,
it.
and absolutely. Absolutely. And I agree with you there. And I feel like that goes back to like, I don't know these young women themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like their
Mhm.
backgrounds, where they came from. So even if he's not, like you said, funding their lifestyle, like you said, the experiences that he's providing from them, maybe that is just enough because they would have never had that otherwise in life, just
Yeah.
the experience that they're having from him. But no,
Yeah.
it's okay.
I will say, I feel like this is the best arrangement for someone like him who
Mm,
has cheated on multiple past relationships. I
yes.
think he was like married and all that before. It's always been infidelity. So I think he probably just reached a point where he's like, you know what, let me just go ahead and be honest with myself about
Mhm.
what works for me and make sure that so that I'm not hurting women in my path, that I'm honest with them about it as well, and they are actually in agreement with it.
And that's the part that I support. And that's why I said from the inception, it seems like everyone is in agreement of it and it's okay. So that's definitely the part because I don't know if it's true or not, but like allegedly, like he may have like some type of sex addiction or something like that. I think they talked about it a little bit when he was with I think he married her, Crystal, the second one
Yeah, I
after
think he married
Fabietta.
her.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay. I
so
think
too.
it was something alleged to that. Don't quote me on that. So I going back to what you said, if it is a person that has those type of urges or those desires, that unchecked like discipline, yes, you probably do need to be with multiple people. We thank God that it's just three right now. And
Mhm.
he doesn't require more. You know what I mean? And things like
Yeah,
that. But it is better because like you said, he would be constantly cheating on his partners because clearly one person is unable to provide everything that he would like in a woman. And
yeah.
maybe as a collective, these three ladies are able to provide it for him as a collective, but not on their own individual basis.
Mhm. Yep.
Yeah. But I do
Very
find it interesting a little bit, not so much, because I do feel like men can be territorial just by natural nature, that they're not able to now go and date somebody else. You
Yes.
know?
Yes. He's definitely having his cake and eating it too, and they scraping
Hmm.
the bottom.
Yeah. Yeah.
so
It
to
would be
speak.
interesting though, like if Neo was a woman, because obviously this can go both ways, right?
Yeah.
If how people would receive it. Because I do feel like
Mhm.
if Neo was a woman, people would probably be like, oh my goodness. I just wonder what the feedback would be more so if this was reversed a little bit.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a very good point. I don't think it would be as well received because it's just the same mindset of a guy can go and be very promiscuous and sleep with a bunch of girls. But if a girl is out here doing the exact same thing, she's labeled a hoe and he's not.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
it's always going to be, I think, a double standard in these cases, even though it would be a relationship and where the woman has her set 3, 4 guys, whatever it is, she's still
Mm-hmm.
gonna be looked down upon, I believe.
I agree.
Like, "Oh, how
Definitely.
dare you? You don't wanna just settle down and da 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 da," and, like, it's gonna be every
Mm-hmm.
excuse in the book for why she can't do that.
Yes. No, I agree. I agree.
I wonder though, like, in these situations, it's like, how does he or anyone in this situation split the time? Are these
Hmm.
women not feeling neglected because he's spending more time maybe with one other girl or he has to split his time with two others? So you're not getting him. It's not like you have one dedicated full time boyfriend. He's got
Yeah.
two other women to attend to. I do see them often out like together all the time, but I also don't want to always be out with other people. Like sometimes you just want to be one on one with your man.
Yes. Maybe that's something they have calendar. Like, okay, today is girlfriend A solo. Tuesdays is
Mhm.
going to be group activity. Wednesdays is girlfriend B. I don't know. But something would definitely have to be scheduled, so to speak. But then also, like the girls too, though, they would have to use sense because if you go into a relationship like that, girl, it's not because you want a one on one relationship. So you can't be asking for that much one on one time. Like, come on, you're in a I don't not polygamous. What is it? Polyamorous relationship.
Polyamorous,
Yeah,
yeah.
like so. I don't know. For me, I'm looking at Neo like, sweetheart, you don't get tired. Even you not overstimulated. Like, do you have
That
like a
part.
day off where it's like, no, actually, I don't want to see anybody. You know,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
he still has two ex-wives and then four children between those two women. So he also has to allow time for them, as well.
He got
I
a
don't
lot
know.
going
So,
on.
yeah, exactly. Him himself too. Like he would have to carve out his alone time more than anybody, I would think. But
I don't think this is something that can be maintained long term. Like juggling
mm,
3 women, 2 ex-wives, 4 children. That's a lot.
mhm,
You know
it
what I'm
is.
saying? Like, you wanna do this forever?
Exactly. Exactly. I don't know. I mean, because he's been doing, I mean, I feel like they've been public with their relationship. Well, at this point, at least like 2 years, I'm thinking.
I would think so. Yeah, that sounds
Yeah.
about right.
Yeah, it's definitely it's normal. I mean, now when I think about Neo, I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, he has three, four women, whatever, and things like that. We shall see, though. God bless him, though, because like I said, there ain't no way. You would have to have a serious bag for
For
me
real.
to embark on something like that. I'm not even no, and you would be paying my rents and everything else, and I'm
Absolutely.
not working. Like what? Mm-mm.
Absolutely. And after a certain point, we've talked about this before. I feel like how, a certain just handful of the same girls gets passed around the industries.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's
Mm-hmm.
no other vagina anywhere else. It's just these
Mm-hmm.
5 same girls you see in people's timelines and laying in beds and vacationing with these dudes, whatever. Once you have been in a relationship with a celebrity, it opens up access for you to be in that circle to meet other celebrity men.
Yeah.
So you could go and find another one
Mm-hmm.
who, you know what I'm saying? Like you possibly may have more one-on-one time because he probably got some chicks on the side or whatever. But you may get better financial benefits. Like you might get somebody that actually is going to pay your bills or, whatever it is that you're seeking out of such a relationship.
Yeah. Yeah. Agreed. I just know for me, it's not meant for me. It- mm-mm. Mm-mm. Like,
Yeah,
yeah, that's a lot
I
going
agree with
on.
that.
Yeah, that's a lot going on. But it works from that. No judgment, because you gotta do what you want to do with your life.
Well, yeah, we ain't got to worry about what's going on over there. So
Yeah,
no
yeah,
judgment. Just do what
exactly.
do what works for you, boo.
Yeah, but I don't know. I wonder if
Mm.
any of our listeners, would you guys embark on a polyamorous relationship? Like, is that for you? If you did, like, what would be the parameters? What would be the guidelines? Because I could see some of the people that I know listen. I definitely know that they would be like, okay, I'm gonna do it. He has to have a bag, and I'm also gonna be able to date other people. Like,
Hmm.
that's the one thing I don't think that they would go for. Like, I'm not able to date, but you out here. No. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? And things like that.
I would love to hear from some listeners that are in one or have been in one or want to
Mm,
be in one. Because I
mm.
feel like they can really shed some light on to this from a perspective that we can understand.
Definitely let us know.
So we are unpacking it today. What do you have for unpacking it?
Yes, ma'am. So some people may have saw that there was a young lady. She went to Turkey. She went there to go get plastic surgery done. And when she woke up or got home, she noticed that her areolas were gone. I mean, she was shocked. She was confused, but they were gone. It just made us think like, obviously a lot of people go international for plastic surgery, whether it's for teeth, BBLs, hair transplants, just all the things because number one, it's cheaper. I feel like most people go over there because it's cheaper. And then in some of these countries, the results that you're getting far exceed what you possibly could get here in the US.
Mhm.
But we also know that there is people who steal organs or certain body parts, so on and so forth. So it is a risk. Like you definitely have to do your due diligence in checking out
Yeah.
like the places you are, intending to go to receive services. But can you imagine though, you went for surgery and then you wake up, you don't have no nipples?
Girl, y'all gave me boobs but took the nipples. This was not supposed to be a barter system. We were not exchanging nipples for implants.
Right.
I don't understand what there was this
Yeah.
girl I thought she was talking about this on social media. And she
Hmm.
was like, the way I would have gone back there and made him give me my nipples back. Girl, before you left that country, those nipples were already on the person that bought those off the black market. You're not
Hmm.
getting those nipples back.
Hmm.
We
Hmm.
because they're like storing the nipples in the refrigerator for you to come, like, no,
Yeah.
they're gone. Like she was like,
Yeah.
"You- she's trying to find a tattoo artist to tattoo on some realistic looking nipples.
Mm.
She needs to go back and get hers. Girl, no, go ahead and do the tattooing because you ain't getting no nipples back, boo. They gone. Do the
Yeah. That's
tattooing, file your lawsuits, go through any legal channels that you can go through or whatever. But this is now your new reality that you don't have nipples.
I'm sure it doesn't feel like that. I'm like, thank God it was just your nipple and not like your right arm and left leg. That would have been
Mm-hmm.
awful. You know what I mean? You
Mm-hmm.
woke up and saw you couldn't walk or where's my arm? I just
Mm-hmm.
can't even imagine. But it's something that happens too often, too common. Like you said, we know the black market exists and for a lot of things, but to go somewhere you trust in people to do a job and they now, take advantage of the situation
Yeah.
or whatever. I cannot even imagine.
My thing is, I'm talking about the buyer now, the buyer of
Hmm.
these black market nipples.
Hmm.
You clearly went through something, cancer or whatever. You went through an experience
Hmm.
that now you don't have nipples.
Hmm.
You have another opportunity at life. We're going to assume that this is maybe like someone who had breast cancer or something like that. You now have a new chance at life. You've made it past whatever you were going through. And now you are thrusting yourself into bad karma by
Hmm.
buying stolen nipples on the black market.
Yeah.
If I recover from something major, whether it's a disfigurement of some kind, an accident, an illness, or something like that, you best believe that I'm looking at life with a clean slate. Let
Hmm.
me pray. Let me cleanse myself. Let me get my mind, my body, my karma right. I'm scared to do anything
Right.
because I
Right.
almost didn't make it up out of here. I'm not
Hmm.
going to dirty up my energy by buying what I know is stolen goods
Hmm.
off the
Hmm.
black market and attaching that on my body. And furthermore,
Hmm.
believing in energy. I don't know what type of energy,
Yes.
is attached to these organs, that kidney, those nipples, those whatever it is that you bought off the black market. You know what
Yes.
I'm saying? I don't know what
Yes.
type of person that was. I don't know what they were into. I don't know anything about this person. I'm not putting somebody else's something on me. And especially that was stolen. You know what I'm saying? Because there's
Yeah.
already bad energy connected to that just from the act of how this was received.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mm-mm, no, thank you.
Very unfortunate situation. Like people really just have to be careful when you go into, places that you're not familiar with. And this is like no, shade against like international healthcare, nothing like that at all, because it's not to say they're not doing a good job, but I do think you need to know where you're going. But that's anywhere. You need to know
Mhm,
where you're going, particularly like in this plastic surgery world, because there's just so much funny stuff that happens. And because plastic surgery is just like such a thing now, like everyone is getting it, so I
mhm,
feel like from the provider standpoint, some people are not trained well. You're advertising that you can do this and that, but you don't really have the licensure to do this and that or the expertise and just, all the things. I even saw like there was a young lady, she had a BBL in Atlanta. This was actually in Atlanta, funny enough. And she passed away. The family sued a malpractice lawsuit. They sued and were awarded $52 million.
ooh,
But girl, they said that they might not even give the money because why
uh,
the clinic that the girl went to doesn't even have insurance. I'm like, you see,
uh-uh,
yeah. I was just like, you see, that's that right there. And
no,
where you just go anywhere. You know what I'm saying? And maybe she did, I don't know, because I don't know what the girl checked or what she didn't check. You know what I mean?
mhm,
But it's just stuff like that because everyone knows that it's a profitable business, right? Beauty industry in general is there's money. There's money to be made.
mhm,
And so I feel like people try to get their hands in it by any way they see necessary, and sometimes it's not in the best way, and the people getting their hands in it, it's not with good intentions, for the people that they're going to be serving. It's very unfortunate,
yeah,
very unfortunate. So I mean, the way technology is going, maybe at some point, they can move past just like the tattooing of the nipples and give people build the nipple out of something else. You just never know,
yeah,
because like I said, but you just got to be careful. You just can't go to everybody. Definitely don't be going to people because it's cheap either. Like
yeah,
you have to
yeah.
check people out correctly.
Take the extra time to do those background kind of checks. Are they licensed? And
Hmm.
does the doctor have any negative marks against him? That type of thing. Maybe try to find like people who have actually gone to that doctor, get real life reviews, things like that.
Agreed. Yeah. Be careful,
Yeah.
y'all. Be careful, y'all. Hold on to all your body parts if you can, as much as you can. You gotta be careful. Just be careful, everyone. But either way,
All right. Yeah.
we will get into our mindset reset. We're going to bring it back to a positive state of mind. Okay, everyone. The only person you are destined to become is the person you decide to be. Today is a fresh start, a chance to rewrite your story. Thank you, thank you, thank
Ooh.
you, you guys. That was episode number 18. Thank you for listening. And make sure you check out the YouTube channel. That's all I have to say, Kina.
Right. So rolling into it. Like she said, we have a YouTube. Please go over there and subscribe, like, comment. This rundown will be on YouTube. So you may have listened to this audio on Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, whatever. But if you're curious, which we hope you are, you will go over to YouTube and actually watch it as well. So make sure you do that. We are also on all the other socials: TikTok, Facebook, Instagram at Just Life and Podcast. We have an email, justlifeandpodcast@gmail.com. We have a link tree. You can leave your questions for us via DMs, email, or anonymously, even on our link tree. Make sure that you're engaging with us on socials. We ask a lot of questions in our posts. We ask you to comment or answer a question or things like that. So check out what we have going on over there. Engage in the conversation. We have a good time in the comments. And I think that's it. So
Yes, yes, yes.
until next week, have a good one.
Thank
Be
you.
safe out here in this weather.
Take care, everyone.